Hello and welcome one and all, I am Old School Gamer 1971. Special shout out to Millie and Lloyd. Hope you're all having a great day and are staying safe. Today's subject matter is Old School Top 10's Adventure 2020. Before we begin, if you enjoy the video, give it a big thumbs up, like, and if it pleases you, check out my channel and subscribe. So without further ado, being honest, quite a lot has changed this last generation, for the better in most cases. It was only whilst thinking of something to say in this introduction how blurred the lines have become in this genre. Final Fantasy VII Remake is arguably as much of an adventure as it is an RPG now. God of War again is as much of an adventure as it is hack and slash, maybe more than. This is not a bad thing, and is being done in most cases as a way to appeal to a wider audience. Adventure to me is what it says on the tin. You travel from A to B and things happen along the way. Tomb Raider and Uncharted have embodied this. So with so many open worlds, so many journeys and so many entries into each series, it was hard to pick out this top 10, but I feel I've picked a pretty good representation of the genre. So let's raise a glass to the games that have took us on an adventure. And so we start off with number 10. Uncharted 4: A Thief's End came to the PlayStation 4 in 2016 and was developed by Naughty Dog. This game to me is exactly what an adventure game should be. As Nathan Drake's swan song, it could be no better. Set pieces to rival any action movie, a story right out of an action movie, and as many smart ass quips to keep you smiling as you could possibly need. And whilst this borrowed from Tomb Raider, who had borrowed from Indiana Jones, I would argue that Drake's adventures far surpass the best of both. My number 9, A Plague's Tale: Innocence, came to the PlayStation 4 in 2019 and was developed by Asobo Studio. Right from the get-go, right from that walk in the wood, when the dog was killed, it really set the tone for the whole game. The story reveals itself to you, warts and all. It's a dark story, but one that engrossed me. A plague is crossing Europe and decimating all that stood in its way, in a world that still believed in witchcraft, and your family seemingly being targeted by the Inquisition make this a great stealth adventure game. Moving on to number 8, LA Noire Remastered, came to the PlayStation 4 in 2017 and was developed by Virtuous. You play as Carl Phelps, a returning decorated veteran who has joined the LA police. This is the story of his rising through the ranks and his eventual fall from grace. You will collect evidence, question subjects and finally accuse the suspects in this GTA-esque third-person adventure where you are on the right side of the law, which does feel a little strange at first. The facial animation was the selling point of this game, and being able to read it is a necessity. Number 7, God of War, came to the PlayStation 4 in 2018 and was developed by Santa Monica Studio. This is where God of War changed forever, and I would argue for the better. No one could have guessed the depth that a God of War game could have story-wise. This is a journey and one that explores Kratos and what happened after God of War 3. Set in Norse mythology now, the change of setting is striking and allows for some truly amazing creatures. The returning axe is also something that is just great, just feels right, you know? At number 6, Days Gone, came to the PlayStation 4 in 2019 and was developed by 10's Studio. This was a journey that I enjoyed greatly. One where humanity has slowly been losing itself. You have never forgotten the loss of your wife, and as the game begins, you and your friend Boozer are looking at finally getting away and starting somewhere new. It is hard for Deacon, you, a drifter, to let go. Things slowly get more and more out of control, with twists along the way. Once this gets going, it is worth that journey. Making its way to number 5, The Sinking City, came to the PlayStation 4 in 2019 and was developed by Frogwares. Based on H.P. Lovecraft's work, but didn't get the license for Cthulhu in the title, you are a detective who has vivid, haunting dreams, who goes to an island where others have turned up who have dreamed the same dream. You will be solving cases, normally with a dark, foreboding feel to them. Money is no use on the island, so therefore ammunition is currency, so use it sparingly. There is combat and it is good, surprisingly good. Moving on to number 4, Assassin's Creed Odyssey came to the PlayStation 4 in 2018 and was developed by Ubisoft. This could have been several entries, but I went with the one that is big, almost too big. Set in ancient Greece, this is one ambitious game that gets most things right. At the beginning you get the choice of female or male, and then you start your journey. There is much for you to lose days in, side quests and collectibles that cover a massive scenic world. This looks as good then as it does now. Number 3, Marvel Spider-Man came to the PlayStation 4 in 2018 and was developed by Insomniac. Before this game I believed that Insomniac was an outstanding developer. Now they are in amongst the best. This game set a new standard, not just in superhero games. Marvel Spider-Man done for Spider-Man what Arkham did for Batman. An amazing open world, story and characters, collectibles for you to find. For me, the journey was not just worth going on, but one of my favourite Spider-Man stories ever. My penultimate entry, Control, came to the PlayStation 4 in 2019 and was developed by Remedy Entertainment. This game and its setting made me think of two of my favourite series, X-Files and Twin Peaks. Without going too deep, you enter a building that isn't visible to the average person, with something in your head that allowed you to find the building. Once in there you find a body and then find out you are now in charge. You find a gun that can shapeshift into other guns, and that's when the weird shit starts going down, 10 minutes in. Bringing us nicely to my number 1, Horizon Zero Dawn, came to the PlayStation 4 in 2017 and was developed by Guerrilla Games. Stepping outside their comfort zone, Guerrilla's shown how talented they are with this stunning adventure game. Being honest, mixing robots with dinosaurs should be a license to print money, but here it's the execution. Arguably, the game is so good it could have had anything as the enemies. Sloths made of jello maybe. Looking at the world, a few times I died just gazing with disbelief. The fact that the story matches the graphics and gameplay is just amazing. Makes this the only choice for number 1 maybe. Looking at the second game, I just can't wait. And it's done. If you found this video interesting or have any suggestions, please comment down below, as it will put a big old smile on this old face. Let's get the conversation started. I will answer you all. I post new content every week. Have a great day one and all, and thank you for your support. This has been Old School Gamer 1971, signing off.